Hi there, welcome to week 3 of our spring CSA tutorials. Just wanted to show you a little bit of the process of how to put a bouquet together. So just laying out some of the elements that I picked from the garden today. You've got some daffodils, those are some blooming chives, a flowering bush on the farm, I'm really not sure of the name. We've got a bleeding heart, it is so beautiful. They're a real treasure. You have quite a few of them in bloom right now on the farm. A whole bunch of tulips, add some color and some structure to the bouquet. The absolutely super fragrant lilacs, and last but not least, foliage. This is made mostly of pear branches today. So to get started, I take one of my tulips and a lilac, and I start the bouquet with the larger bloom in the middle so that I can work my way around it and kind of give it some shape. I'm going to add some foliage here so it doesn't get too flower heavy in the middle, and just keep adding stuff as I work. You'll notice that I am twisting as I go. This gives me a better angle, and I just added the bleeding heart because I'll be able to incorporate flowers around it, so there won't be one stem just leaning way over my vase. So twisting, round and round. There are some really fun tulips that bloom at the end of the season. We've got some called Angelique. Those are the light pink ones. Not remembering the dark pink variety name. I forgot to label those this year, but they are absolutely stunning. We've got a double lilac in here and one that has a white trim on a darker purple. There are some tulips in here called Greenland tulips that have the pink and the mostly green. They just add a lot of variety to the bouquet. Something unique, something interesting. You'll see that this one has kind of a funny stem, so I decided it didn't fit in that spot. I'm looking for holes and just trying to fill them as I spin. And I thought we need some cream over here, and I could put one of those little guys in that little gap. And see, now that curvy one fits perfectly. Just right. So still spinning. Here I am putting the daffodils on the outside edge because their faces face outward, and if I put them on the inside, they'd get lost and you wouldn't be able to see them. Now, ordinarily, my bouquets are small enough around that I can open my hand a little bit and loosen the stems and just tuck stuff in. Well, not today. The bouquet is quite a bit bigger, and my little hands are not able to stretch around the bouquet in that way. So I'm tucking these little flowering chive on the side, and I just love how they kind of float above the bouquet and add another texture and continue on some of that purple from the lilacs. I'm going to tuck this little flowering guy in here, and some more of this pear foliage. And still I'm just taking a peek, looking at it. Alright, I'm going to remove the leaves from the stems that are still there and give everything a trim so that it will hydrate really well and drink lots of water. Last week we talked a bit about putting a penny in the water, and that can help everything lasts longer, another option is a little splash of bleach. It keeps everything from breaking down and growing bacteria, so they last longer. So I'm just gonna floof this a little bit so that it falls nicely, and then kind of place things in a way that looks a little bit better in a vase. The vase I chose had a pretty wide mouth, so it floofs out in a way that isn't like the way that I was holding the bouquet. So these two stems are mint, and I did not have a chance to hydrate them before, but I really love to add stems of fragrant herbs and flowers because it really adds to the loveliness of the bouquet to have a scent, and it just adds a level of spring. When I think of spring, I think of mint and some of the other earlier herbs like oregano that comes in this early. As I go round and round, I feel it important to note that at some point enough is enough, and you rearrange and rearrange and rearrange, and at some point it takes away from the beauty when you fuss for too long. And very much like when I'm making the bouquet, I like to spin the vase too, just to see how everything sits. Make sure everything looks lovely from all angles. There's that tulip again that had that funny stem. Trying to make sure that it sits in a way that's pleasant. Have a nice day.